prospect spotlight this week for UFC 239, and guess who it is? It's Edmen Shahbazyan. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's a savage, okay? And his name is Edmen, named after the greatest coach in MMA history who taught him all about his own head movement. You know what I'm saying? So Edmen Shahbazyan is going to have supreme head movement coming into this fight, but all jokes aside, he's 9-0. Okay, he has had one fight that's gone the distance. Every other fight in his career has been a first round finish and has been no contest whatsoever. He had one split decision against Darren Stewart, who's from London, which, if you really watch the fight, it wasn't a split decision as well. It was a terrible fucking decision, and it could have been an easy 3-rounder to Edmen Shahbazyan either way. You know what I'm saying? So the one decision that's a split decision, it's not really a split decision. It was a clear win for Edmen. He got the job done. He just came off a first round KO against Charles Bird. He just has this weird style, and he has no regard for what's coming back towards him. And I don't think that Jack Marshman, who's his opponent, is going to be able to present the dangers necessary to beat him. I don't think it is. I think if you're going to face Edmen Shahbazyan, I'll call him Edmen for now, because we won't go into that second name ever again. If you're going to beat Edmen, you're going to have to be the kind of guy where there's risk to coming forward against. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have that fucking one-hitter quitter that when someone's coming forward and unloading, you have that fucking like a Tyron Woodley type of counter-puncher against the cage. You know what I'm saying? Because Edmen comes forward, he has no regard for punching power whatsoever. He just walks forward. He's never been hurt in his career. He's never been like knocked out. He's never been finished. He's undefeated. He goes forward, trusting his chin, and just fucking tees off on guys straight away as soon as the fight starts, and they crumble. And I think if you're going to beat him, you need a guy who has that one-hitter quitter, and I don't think that Jack Marshman has that, and I think this is going to be another first-round KO for Edmen Shahbazyan. Okay? I think he's going to get the job done. I think he's going to get it done brutally in the first round, and I think he's going to shine bright. And I don't know why they've put him on the early prelims. I guess for Fight Pass. But if he wins this fight, put some respect on him, man. Because he's won 3 fights in a row in the UFC. I believe 4, actually. I believe he's won 4. No, he's won 3 fights in a row in the UFC if he wins this one. Okay? Give him some respect. Put him as a big main carder at some point. You know, start fucking shining the light on these prospects. And I think what the UFC is doing with this guy is they're being smart. Okay? They're being smart. I think they've learned from their mistakes now. I think Darren Till was a perfect example for them being like, okay, maybe we shouldn't push these young guys. Okay, and when you're talking young, I mean, Darren Till was 26 when he beat Cowboy. Okay, it's not that young. Edmen is 21. You know? He's 21 years old. 9-0. Like, he's really just started his career and just started training. He's got lethal striking. But I think what the UFC needs to do to this guy is treat him like a boxer. Treat him like a bitch, basically. And just give him layups now and again. You know what I'm saying? If you want this guy to be your star, he looks the part. He can talk. I don't know what his accent is, but it says he's from America, but he's definitely not from America. And if he is, he has some kind of speech impediment, because he does. I've heard him do an interview and he goes, yeah, gonna be youngest UFC champion. I don't know where that's from. Okay, but we'll ignore that for now. He's not American, but we'll ignore that for now. And I think what the UFC needs to do is not rush this guy into the rankings too soon and give him just a few more fights. Like, he beats Jack Marshman, well done. Then maybe pair him up a fight against the winner of Marvin Vettori's next fight. You know, Marvin Vettori's another good guy coming up. You know, if he wins his fight against whoever he's fighting, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's fighting next weekend, maybe pair those two together, the winner of that fight at middleweight. You know, just nurture this guy. Don't rush him into the rankings. I don't want to see him fighting Whittaker next weekend if he wins this one. You know what I'm saying? I think they need to learn and know when they've got talent on their hands. And when you've got an undefeated guy, I think he's going to get past Jack Marshman, because Jack Marshman, he's been knocked out many times before. Okay, he's been knocked out 4 times in his career, and he's only just got into the UFC. You know what I'm saying? He got knocked out brutally. He's not only just got into the UFC, but he's not a veteran of the UFC, and he's been knocked out 4 times. He's been submitted. He's lost 8 fights overall. It's a rough time for him, okay? He's been knocked out a few times, and I think he's going to get knocked out again here. And if you really look at his fight history, he's gotten by a few fights that he really shouldn't have. He fought John Phillips at UFC London, another Welshman, and it was a battle of the Welshies. And John Phillips won that fight. A lot of people thought that Jack Marshman didn't win that fight whatsoever. He got gifted a split decision, and now he's here. I feel like Edmen's going to be too much for him in the first round. And another thing about Jack Marshman is he's too okay to take steps back. You know, he likes to circle out and be on the outside. And when you're against Edmen, I really think if you're going to beat him, you need to be aggressive. And you need to fucking connect with something on him that's hard. And Jack Marshman, in my opinion, isn't going to be the guy to do that. You know, he doesn't have big knockout power. Okay, he doesn't plant his feet when he throws and lands something vicious. He skates around the edges and peppers people with shots and hopes for a TKO. You know what I'm saying? I think when you're fighting a young guy who's never been knocked out before, you need to immediately show him that threat. Because he's finished 7 or 8 out of his 9 fights in the first round and an amateur fight in the first round as well. He's won all but one of his fights by first round knockout or submission. He's had 1 submission in the amateurs. Rest have been first round knockouts in his pro career. He has no fear of anything. He thinks he's invincible. That's how it works. You know, he has no lack of confidence whatsoever. And I think you need a guy who's going to come forward and fucking swing hell for leather and just create that little bit of doubt in Edmen's head. And be like, wow, if I got hit by that, I would have been knocked out. Okay, maybe I should be a little bit. And then all of a sudden he's out of his game plan. And he's not going to walk you down and piece up on you anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Jack Marshman's going to be the guy to do it. If he does do it, very impressive. But I think that Edmen's the next thing at middleweight. And I hope that he wins because middleweight needs a few more rising contenders. Because right now, outside of the rankings, there's not a lot of good talent coming up at middleweight. So, yeah. Like and subscribe. Edmen Shahbazyan is going to get the first round knockout with supreme head movement. Head movement! And get the job done. See you later. Goodbye.